Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So, if you watched my live last night, you know I did these in the mixed mold. So today we're doing them in resin. So, I did one off camera to see which way would be the easiest to get them painted. So I'm doing the Chameleon powder in teal. Let's Resin was nice enough to send me the Chameleon powder and these molds. So this one is sponsored by Let's Resin. So, all right, so what I figured out is turning it inside out is probably the easiest to get this part here. And this one here is the magenta. So these are Chameleon powders, and look at the mess I'm already making. Really, I didn't make this much of a mess when I did the first one. I'm just saying. I think it has to do with the dang camera. I'm just going to try to use up what I got on my table. So I mixed up, I measured these, and they hold about 7 ounces a piece. So I mixed up 22 ounces of the Let's Resin epoxy resin. And instead of doing them in the black, I think I'm going to do them in a navy blue, like a really dark blue, because then we will still get the color, but then, you know, it won't be black. And then I've just got to check and make sure that I have no little hairs, because this brush is losing some hairs. All right, so this is how I did the other one. And then I just and then we're gonna do something with the hands. I'll probably paint them either silver, gold, or something like that. All right, so let me just get this wiped up. So I do have my resin in the Let's Resin debubbler, and I do have a discount code below for all of it, and all of it will be in the description. All right, so we've got them two, and now we're gonna do the blue in this guy. So I'll take my switching sponge, and this is just a makeup brush. It's actually a blending brush. All right, so I'm sorry if you hear the noise of the debubbler, but I am trying to you know, get content out, so I gotta make use of my time. I can't just be sitting here while I'm waiting, so I figured if I brush this on, and before I go any further, I can already see this one is streaky. I did wash this, but I obviously missed a few spots, so I'm just gonna wipe that down give it a minute and then we'll rebrush it. All right. Because you want this to be nicely blended with no brush marks. And I mean, this part here isn't as crucial because this is where the pot's gonna get planted anyways, but still. Let's see how much, just by wiping that with some alcohol, how much smoother that looks. So, I know I had a lot of people ask if the mix to mold dulls my mold, and I haven't had a problem. So that's why I'm doing these in the resin. Everybody saw me do them for the first time with the mix to mold. So now we're doing them in resin, so we can see how they look. And we can, you know, still plant plants in them. So, yeah. All right, so just use that, pop that down, and then just that pulled up, and then I just kind of go over any spots that I might have messed up. And hopefully we got it all. All right, so we are almost done debubbling. I will get this cleaned up. Back. All right. So I divided it up into 4 cups. And I got something, and this one here hasn't ran through the debubbler yet. Find something to, and we got it. That one's almost done, and I'm not going to spray them with alcohol. I am going to take a cup though that has measurements so that I can put 7 ounces in, because I just put them in the cheap yellow cups, so that way there, you know, it wasn't they were a little bit skinnier, and I'm just waiting for the and we've got our resin, so I'm just gonna pop that one in. All right, so let's pour. And I'm gonna pour it down the side so we don't incorporate too many bubbles. So I know I'll probably have a little bit left over. All right, let me get some gloves on, and I will get my pigment paste out. And I'm using the Eye Candy Sukio Blue for one. I'll maybe do each one in a different color, but do it in a dark color. So let's get some of this. In there. And I hope that's enough. Just move these back, and we'll do the blue and the blue. Scraping any more of that pigment in here, and then I will fill it up to the 7. And we are gonna put a little bit more. Wipe my stick, and I'm gonna grab a little bit more. And then we'll fill this to the 7. Fine. So usually with the Chameleon powders, you do a black background. But I wanted to see, but it's still a dark color, so we should still get that effect. So let's get this one poured. So I'm gonna pour it like halfway, and then I'm gonna squish around just to make sure that there's no bubbles. Squeeze the fingers, because we don't want bubbles. Oh, I got a hair over here. We don't want any bubbles in our little fingers. That just right. So I'm gonna slide them back, and we'll spray them with some alcohol. And I got a little bit in here. I'll take my scraper after and like pour the rest in there. All right, so this one here is great. So we will use this one, and the other one is like a magenta. So why don't we do a black on, we'll do a black on the magenta just so we can see. So I've got this one, and I just realized that it is leaking. This is a metallic pigment paste. I don't know where I got this one. Excuse me. And I better pour some resin, right? All right, so let's wipe the stick off. And I think I had tried this the last time, and this one took more. I think this is one I had got off Temu, so that's probably why. All right, let's get this stirred. Ooh. Yeah, no, I tried I used the other purple that I had. This one here is the pretty one. Look at that. So shimmery. Oop. All right. So we will pour this one. And I'm going to do the same thing about halfway. Just going to give it a good squish around. And I didn't have any problems with the mix to mold and bubbles, so I'm kind of hoping it's the same. It's certain molds just have a tendency to create bubbles, and other ones don't. I think it's just the shape of them. And I believe this one is the bigger one, so I might have to add a little bit more. Yep. I'm just gonna mix what's in here because it's gonna blend anyways. So yeah, they weren't quite 8. They weren't like 7.5. I was having a hard time getting them measured with what I had. All right, so we're gonna slide that back, and then if there's any left after, then I can go through and add just a little bit of clear if I need to. All right, and then we're gonna mix the rest up with the black. So these little molds are deceiving, guys, because they held way more than I even gave them credit for. Oop, let's drop resin on my lap here. All right, so let's get some black pigment paste out. Or do I want to do the magenta? You know what? Let's try the same color that we painted the shell with. All right, we'll see how that goes. And that way we'll be able to see this one's the same color. Those ones were a darker base. And it will just kind of give us a little difference, you know. I'm assuming this one's going to be much brighter than the other two. All right, so yeah, so you might want to mix up 7.5 ounces per, because I had mixed like 22 and we used all of it. We didn't even have any extras. I mean, I'll have a few little bits there, but so yeah, these take a lot, guys. More than I had anticipated, for sure. Alrighty. So now we will wait. I'm just gonna scrape out any little bit that we've got. Finish topping that off. They're full. I'm just trying to get them domed if possible. Okay. And I'll just use this stick. I'm just topping them off, guys. I know you can't see what I'm doing here, but it's sitting right there. So they are full, and now I will kind of keep an eye on them for you know, like the next 15-20 minutes or so. And just to make sure that there's no little bubbles poking up through. Okay. And while we're scraping, because these silicone scrapers really work getting out all that last little bit. I am so appreciative of these paddles, or these stirrers that I got. All right. Get that out of my way before I end up making a mess. Because you guys know I'm the queen of messes. Clean up my station here. And there we go. Now we wait. Alrighty, guys, I will be back on demold. Okay, so these are hard. I just left them. I did not put them on the curing mat or in the curing machine at all. I just let them be. So hopefully they are hard enough to get out of here. And we got a few bubbles. Let's see. All right, so this is one. And this is with the Eye Candy Tsukio Blue and the teal mica powder, which is the Chameleon powder. So, I mean, we have a few little bubbles, but I can fix those. And it's just right there. So what do you think? So there's one. And this is the one that I did in the mix to mold on my live last night. So you can see I've spray sealed it. It is just as shiny. And the resin one is just as shiny. So the mix to mold did not dull my mold. So there is that one. And I don't see any bubbles there. Why do we always have to have one that gives us bubbles? That's what I want to know. And it's like the one that you take the most time with seems to be the one that gives you the bubbles. Well, at least it does for me. All right, so far it's looking good. Gotta get my mold back. Oh, this one came out beautiful. No bubbles. And look at that beautiful shimmer. And this one is the one that we did on the live last night in the mix to mold. So I've sealed it. And this is in the resin, and this is in the mix to mold. So I wanted them to these ones to be done when I did these, because I know a lot of you asked if I can get them shiny, and these are extremely shiny. And we have no brush marks because I use the spray sealer. And then this is in the resin. So we have one more. This one, for some reason, had some bubbles right around the edge here, but that's okay. That that is okay. So these demold pretty well. They're a little snug because you're trying to get the big fat head over, but they're not bad. So I haven't had to use any spray or anything to get them out. And so far it looks like the only bubbles is on the bottom. And, oh yeah, this one's nice too. A piece of stray glitter. But we got no bubbles just right there, which when I trim it, that's going to trim right off. And this is the one that we did on the live with the mix to mold. See how more intense that purple became? So yeah. So we did them in the mix to mold first, and then we did them in the resin, and they are just as shiny. No problems at all. Because I know some of you have been saying that when you do them with other stuff, it dulls your mold. I have not found that it dulls my mold at all. Okay, that one's the flat, and this one's the fine. So I'm just gonna see, and if I don't like it, I will wash it off. But I just wanted to see what it would look like if I just did the fingers and the metallic. These are the Let's Resin chrome markers as well. I love these. So I'm just So what do you think? I think that's going to look really cool. I'll do this one, and then I can, we'll see how it looks. So I got a little bit of a cleanup on this piece right here. I think that looks kind of cool. I do. It just kind of like, I don't know, helps make the fingers stand out, I think. All right. And I'm just going to take this and just wipe this little bit right here off. There we go. Just like that. All right, so let me get this one done, and then I can put you on a time lapse and finish the others. So there is a bubble there. But I should be able to fill it in. I'll use the fine tip and we'll fill that right in with some paint. So I want to do these again, and I want to do the fingers in the glow powder. We won't do them, you know, right off, but down the road, I will be doing these again. And I want to see if I can get just the fingers to glow. Kind of like what we did with the little baby axolotl. And then I have, this is the flat tip. I have the fine tip that if I have any little spots that I can't reach with this, these come in 3 different size tips. So yeah, so if you didn't see the live, it was Saturday night. So you can go back and watch how I made them with the mix to mold after you watch this one, and and then you can see the difference. All right, what do you think? I think they look good with the silver. Just kind of makes it stand out, I think. All right, so I will put you on a little time lapse, and I will get these ones done, and then I'll get some final pictures, and you can see them all finished up. Okay, so we have got them all done. I think they look really cute. So I will get you some final pictures, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.